Imagine being told by your own record label that your album probably won't beat the biggest pop star in the world. Now imagine that same album going on to dominate the charts for weeks, proving almost everyone wrong. That's exactly what happened to SZA when her album SOS went head-to-head with Midnights by Taylor Swift. And the truth behind that moment says a lot about the music industry, self-doubt, and what happens when artists bet on themselves. Here's something many people don't realize. When SOS was about to be released, even the people backing SZA financially weren't sure she could win the chart battle. In fact, according to SZA herself, her label warned her to prepare for disappointment because she was going up against Taylor Swift, one of the most powerful artists in modern music. And statistically, they had a point. Taylor Swift has dominated charts for years, breaking streaming records and selling millions of albums globally. But what happened next shocked even SZA herself. After its release, SOS didn't just perform well. It stayed at #1 on the Billboard 200 for 10 weeks. Then 2 years later, when SZA released the deluxe version titled LANA, the album returned to the top of the charts again for 3 more weeks. In total, it became one of the most successful R&B albums of the decade. And the wildest part? SZA says she never even imagined something like that could happen. Looking back now, SZA says the situation almost feels surreal. During a recent interview with ID magazine, she opened up about the moment her label warned her about the chart battle. She said they basically told her she probably wouldn't beat Taylor Swift. For many artists, hearing that kind of prediction from your own label could be crushing because the label is supposed to believe in you. But SZA's reaction was unexpected. Instead of panicking, she laughed. Not because she didn't care, but because the entire situation felt unreal. She later explained that she never even imagined hearing her music on the radio in the first place. So competing for the #1 album in the country, that wasn't even on her radar. To really understand why this moment mattered so much, you have to understand SZA's journey. Before becoming a global superstar, SZA, whose real name is Solana Imani Rowe, was navigating an industry that often struggles to define artists who don't fit into neat boxes. Her music blends R&B, soul, alternative sounds, and deeply personal storytelling. It's emotional, sometimes messy, sometimes vulnerable, and that authenticity became the heart of SOS. The album explores heartbreak, insecurity, independence, jealousy, love, and healing. In many ways, it feels like reading someone's diary. And that honesty resonated with millions of listeners worldwide. Because people didn't just hear the songs, they felt them. But the moment that really caught the internet's attention came during the chart race between SOS and Midnights. Fans of both artists began watching the charts closely. Social media discussions exploded. And at one point, things got tense online. When SZA posted about the final tracking minutes for the charts in early 2023, some fans interpreted it as a competitive move against Taylor Swift. Swift's fanbase, often referred to as Swifties, quickly reacted. The comment sections filled with debates and accusations. But SZA quickly stepped in to calm things down. She clarified publicly that she had no issue whatsoever with Taylor Swift. In fact, she said she genuinely loved Taylor's album and admired her songwriting. Her message was simple. Everyone in the industry is just trying to do their best. And there's room for more than one artist to succeed. What happened next surprised a lot of people. Instead of fueling rivalry narratives, Taylor Swift responded with appreciation. When her hit song Anti-Hero spent 8 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, Swift celebrated the moment online. But she also took time to praise SZA. She revealed that she had been listening to SOS nonstop, and she expressed admiration for SZA's music and creativity. SZA later responded with her own congratulatory message. She called Taylor's album phenomenal and celebrated her success. Moments like this rarely get highlighted in the media, because conflict often generates more headlines than respect. But in this case, 2 of the biggest artists in the world showed something refreshing: support. When SZA reflects on the success of SOS, she admits something interesting. She says she didn't have a ceiling for the album, but she also never imagined it reaching this level. In her words, she created the music because it made her feel smart and special while making it, not because she expected massive commercial success. And that mindset says a lot about creativity. Many of the most impactful projects in music history weren't designed purely for chart domination. They were created because the artist had something real to express. And ironically, that authenticity is exactly what audiences respond to. The story also highlights something important about the modern music industry. Sometimes even the experts get it wrong. Record labels rely heavily on data, trends, and predictions. But music is emotional. It's unpredictable. And sometimes a project connects with people in ways no algorithm can forecast. SOS became a cultural moment. Songs from the album dominated streaming platforms. Clips from the tracks went viral across social media. And fans around the world connected deeply with the stories inside the music. What started as an album that some insiders doubted turned into one of the defining projects of the decade. Today, SZA is reflecting on that period with a sense of gratitude. She recently joked that she feels like she's adulting kind of hard right now, but she also believes she might actually be doing all right. After years of growth, pressure, and creative experimentation, she's reached a place where success feels possible. Not guaranteed, but possible. And that belief changes everything. The story of SZA and SOS isn't just about charts. It's about what happens when an artist stays true to their voice, even when expectations are low. It's about ignoring the predictions. And it's about proving that authenticity still matters in a world driven by numbers. Because sometimes the biggest success stories begin with doubt, even from the people closest to you. And as SZA's journey shows, anything really is possible. What do you think? Did SOS deserve its massive success? Or do you think the chart battle with Taylor Swift was inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep stories about music, celebrities, and the real moments behind the headlines, make sure you subscribe for more, because the next story might surprise you even more.